Oi, oi! It's Cockney Burner, it's all about getting real. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. It is Friday. And I'm having a blast. And I tell you what, it brought up a subject today for me. It's all about not taking things for granted. So here I am in sunny, hot Florida. I'm actually hot in my house and we have air conditioning. Jeez. I am a certified counsellor and I love what I do. And it's all about getting these messages out here to you guys. And I'll tell you what, something that happened today, it really got me thinking about this subject. So please, peas? Did I say peas? I didn't even have any peas. Just had dinner, actually. My wife did some banging burgers with portobellas. Oi, oi. Portobello burger. But I get the old vegan burger as well. And I bang that on there. Put the old grilled portobello on there. And we had some big old fat chips. And put a load of old Sarson's malt vinegar. If anybody doesn't know about Sarson's, I suggest you go and have a look. If you like vinegar, oi, oi. That's a staple in my family household growing up. There was always Sarson's vinegar in the cupboard. And I'll tell you what, I put that up against any of the other vinegars. Of course, I have a, it's a preference of mine. I'm not saying everybody will like it, but I tell you what, if you like malt vinegar, go and check out some Sarson's. Oi, oi. I used to pass I guess it was the factory where they made it, on the train on the way into work from my town going into the main city area, and used to smell that being made as you went past, and the old big sign off to the off the side. You'd look out the train window and you'd see Sarson's, and you're like, oi, oi. I do like me some Sarson's on some chips, oi, oi. And that's French fries for anybody that else doesn't know. Chips are French fries to me. French fries are actually like the thin things, the McDonald's ones. They're fries. Chips are fat and nice and juicy and vinegary and salty and yummy. But anyway, let's get to the subject here, because I've had an absolutely banging day. Really good day. Anyway, so I get up, I do my thing, get my meditation done, hit my Wim Hof, feeling good. I sit down and I was about to go and play some music and that, and my daughter comes down, my youngest daughter, and she says, hey, I'm going to be going up to Walmart and that and doing a little bit of shopping. You want to come? I'm like, oh, all right. Because I thought, you know what, bonding. And yeah, took the opportunity. And it was absolutely a banger. I'm glad I did, because we went out shopping. My youngest is going away for the week with boyfriend's folks. Big old shout to Gabs. Gabby! Oi, oi. She's going out with the fellas' family and that, and they're going to go up towards the mountains and that and have a good time up there. So bang on, I hope she has a great time. But we wanted to go out looking for bathing suits and that, and I'm like, okay. So we hit one shop, and she wasn't coming up with what she wanted, and I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm like, okay, everything's good, because she's getting kind of disheartened and that, bless her. And I'm like, hey, it's all right. And, okay, let's establish a plan here. What other shops first of all, do you want to go to? And where else can we go to where you might have an opportunity to get what you're looking for? And so we come out of Walmart. which crazy how we couldn't find something in Walmart. There's normally everything in Walmart. Everybody finds everything in Walmart. And we headed up towards Waterford. If you're in the Central Florida area, you know Waterford, massive shopping centre area. And they got a Target in there. So he goes up and, well, first of all, we went to Five and Below. We went in there. My daughter wanted to go in there. She was looking for some of those, you know, those, I don't even know what you bloody call. I call them pool shoes, but they're not, because they could be flip-flops or anything. You know, the closed-toe shoes that you can, you know, walk around in water with and shit. And we wanted to find some of those because they're going to be hiking and getting around water and shit like that. You know, anything that's slippery on your feet or that don't hold your feet properly. So we went off and we didn't find anything in Five Below. So we hit the Target and started finding, you know, there was bathing suits galore in there. There were tons of bathing suits in there. Big shout to Target. Target. Sounds very posh when you say Target instead of Target, doesn't it, mate? So we had a little, you know, we went over into the bathing suit area in Target and we started to, Gabs did, started to find some of the stuff that she wanted and putting in the cart. And man, she went off, went to the changing rooms and that and sorted that out. And we grabbed the coffee on the way in and was walking around the shop with a coffee. And I was just in my element. I was absolutely loving it. And that's your first point of call. If you're a dad out there, and I've got some mates that, you know, got kids, and I have two daughters, and there's someone I'm thinking, big shout out to Dan, or you at Dan, and he's got a couple of daughters and all. And I've got a few other mates that have got daughters. My mate over in England as well, Alan, he's got a daughter. And you cherish those moments that you get to bond, especially as they get older as well. Because, you know, they're moving on, the boyfriends come into play, you bring them up to be able to be self-sufficient, and it's getting to that point. My oldest daughter is older now, and she's got a fella, and don't see her that much, you know, she's over the fellas and that. So it's any moment you get, especially if you're a dad, like I say, if you're a dad out there, mums and all. I'm not just saying dads. I'm saying dad because I am one. I think I am. Last time I checked, I was. But mums as well. You know, just that those bonding moments that, like the title, we just absolutely take for granted. We really take things for granted, and instead of standing there and not wanting to be there, or you're moaning about them shopping, or you're looking at your watch and you want things to hurry along and you know, you kind of rush things, then you're missing out. I'm sorry to say you're missing out, because there was nothing like what happened today. It's an absolutely awesome thing. I got in some good conversations with my daughter. We got chatting, and I even at one point we were sitting in the car driving. I think we were on our way back home, and I had the opportunity of basically apologising for some of the behaviour of anger and rage, and especially when they were younger. My daughter even said, as we were talking, she's like, well, when we were a lot younger, you were, because I had no tools. I didn't have anything. It was like a freaking runaway train. There weren't no brake pedal. And I'm way, way better. Do I have my moments? Absolutely. I'd be lying if I said I am absolutely spot on and nothing happens. I'd be bloody lying to you. And I'm not into that. This is what it's all about. It's all about getting real, and I'm getting real with you right now. So it was lovely to be able to have that conversation and be apologetic and say, hey, listen, I never want you, your sister, or your mum to ever be afraid of coming forward and telling me something because you might think I'll get angry and everything. I want you to be able to be open with me. I want you to be able to approach me on anything, anything at all. Of course, there's some of those things that they're going to, your kids are going to go to their mum for and stuff, absolutely. But I don't want to be that dad that is not able to hear things without getting mad. It's sometimes it's about compromise. Sometimes it's about backing up and saying, yeah, okay, I get it. And being able to trust as well. So it's about not taking the moments that you have now for granted, because as you build and bond with those days, those moments, those pieces, sometimes very, very small pieces of time, that builds all that. It helps in the relationship going forward, and they're going to be more inclined to come to you and talk to you. My daughter was open and talking to me today, and it was an absolutely awesome thing. And then another thing that happened today was I was, actually another couple of things, because as my daughter was walking around, there was she went off and I get to that because this comes before that actually. So then we walk up the shop a little bit, and my daughter's walking off in front of me, as she normally does, because I'm normally in La La Land. I don't know if you remember. I don't even know if they had them in the US. I've not seen them, but like we called them training reins, and it was like, your kid starts to walk, and what they'll do a lot, I know mine too, they would go wandering off, and you're like, okay, where's whoever? And especially this day and age, bloody hell. So we used to have like these training reins, which was these like things that came around your chest and that, and someone could actually hold on to you. You had like a bit of a range from it, but they knew where you were. They could hold on, and they were called training reins. And I'm kind of, my daughters and even my wife, they've often said about putting me on one of them because I go wandering off, and they'll turn around and go, oh no, where's Dad? And I'm like, I'm down an aisle. I've gone, I'm like, ooh, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. Ooh, coloury, shiny. And I go walking off like a magpie going for the shiny shit. So we come around the top, and my daughter's a good few feet off in front of me, and I pass this young lady with a young kid on the push cart, standing on the back as she's pushing her along, and I'm coming up close to her, and as I'm about, my daughter walked past her, and as I'm about to walk past, I point at the little one, and I say to the lady, I tell you what, I miss those days. I says, and then I point at my daughter that's walking off in front. At this point, she turns around. My daughter turns around, and this lady was like, oh, like this, and she. It was a beautiful thing. I wish I could have took a picture of it, and then she like looks at the little one, and she kind of grabs her face like, oh wow, yeah, you're gonna, because I'm basically saying, yeah, that one there that's like about as tall as me now, legs and blonde hair over there, she used to be like that. Jeez. And it's about taking those things for granted. We really do. Because I remember I've seen a bunch of babies today, and young fellas holding the baby. I don't know if something's telling me something, because I never really see that. I see them in like push chairs and things like that, being pushed around shops, or in the carts, trolleys, whatever you want to call it, getting pushed around the shops and that. But you don't really see dads holding a little one, like babies. And now I'm not saying nobody does before anybody goes shouting off. It's just that I haven't been around the shops and seen any of it. But today it looked like an influx of it. So I don't know what I was being told. There's obviously some messages in there, and well, it did, because it brought me into that not taking things for granted, which I think I did then. Even though they're little and that, they're a lot of work. It's a lot of work having a little one. It really is. Make sure you got your I's dotted and your T's crossed and everything, because it is a lot of work. It's not you don't have a baby and everything just like it falls into place. There's learning curves. There's knowing what's what. There's a lot. Patience. You want to talk about bleed and get tested, and then I don't know what happens. You blink, and it just it gave me that reminder of looking at my daughter in front of me, and then looking at this lady with this little girl, thinking, holy shit, that was us at one point. And then I just spoke to this lady, and her face said it all. And again, don't take those things for granted. You'll blink and it's gone. And before you know it, they're grown up, and, you're looking back going, God, why didn't I do this? And I wish I'd have gone there with them, and I wish I'd have spent this time, and it all comes flooding in. So we go around, we walk down the shop, we come around, and we pick up the bathing suits and that she was looking for. And I've already got in my head, I'm like, I'm going to buy her a gift. I'm feeling bloody. I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna get her a gift. So we're standing in there, and she always looks for a bargain. Thank God. Thank God. And she went and tried them on, and all that came out, and we found the shoes as well that she was looking for. And she's trying to watch her pennies a little bit, especially going away on this, she's going away for the week on the holiday and that. And she goes, Dad. Oh, well, here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes. Could you get my shoes? They were like $10, the shoes. And I'm saying that, that's terrible saying it like that, because I shouldn't be saying it like that, because, $10, it's $10 to somebody is it's a lot. And it is a lot of money. I ain't debating that. But I'm in a position where let me put it this way. I'm in a position where I could be able to get these shoes for her. And I looked at her and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll get it for you. And she's like, what? And I said, your bathing suit as well. And she's like, oh, let me tell you. That lot could have cost $1,000, and it wouldn't have paid for the feeling I got. The absolute pride and love and just this compassionate energy came my way. You can't pay for that. You can't pay for that. You really can't. I felt absolutely awesome. I felt fantastic. And it's one of those things where not taking it for granted. I was able to do it. And she grabbed hold of me and gave me a hug. Oh, Dad, you're such a lovely person. And I goes, I'm your dad. And she's like, you're a great dad. And I'm like, it's not all about the money, kid. And she goes, no, I know. Because I brought him up. And, I just happened to be in a position and not taking that for granted. Because that shit can disappear too. Like quick. Right? It can. Nothing's solid. Nothing. In Buddhism, everything, well, first of all, everything is moving. Everything is all vibrating. Everything's in movement. So, in Buddhism, they say there's nothing solid. It can go away. And, yeah, it really, really gave me an awesome feeling. It was an absolute banger of a day. Great conversation. But, don't take these things for granted, guys. I know I'm talking about being the dad and all that, but there's a lot of different things that we take for granted. We really do take things for granted. If you're listening to this through a cell phone or anything that you may be listening to, you own something, right? There's people out there that don't even have that. They have no way of even communicating because they don't have anything. And I don't take that for granted. You know, the roof over my head. We take it for granted. You know, we may moan about that mortgage bill coming up or the electric bill coming through the bloody mailbox, right? Or something like that, right? Energy that you got to pay for. But, you know, thank God that I'm able to do that. Thank God that I'm able to switch the electric on and switch a light on, right? What about those people that flick that switch and the lights don't come on, right? I'm grateful for the food. I don't take it for granted. I just had a great meal. Just, you know, I don't take that for granted. Sitting down with my wife and my oldest daughter's over at her boyfriend's. So that was my youngest, my wife and I spending that bit of time. My daughter was having a great conversation and we're all taking part in that conversation. I'm just absolutely... I don't take my family for granted. I love them to death. Everything to me. Everything to me. So don't take that for granted, guys. Everything, guys. Think about it. Even the chair you may be sitting in. Shoes on your feet. Don't take anything for granted. Because if something was to go tits up and everything goes away, you'll be wishing you had it. It's an important thing. Very important thing. Give gratitude for what you have, yeah? Again, I'm the Cockney Buddha, oi oi. And it's all about getting real. And I hope that hit a chord with some people. Please hit me up in the comments, let me know. Tell me what you feel about these things. And please, 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 go and hit that like, please, yeah? And go and hit that subscribe, because I'll tell you what, if you do that, you're getting these messages out there to the many. Don't let it stop at the few, yeah? And this lands in front of someone and they just get that message. You could shift someone around, I'm not even kidding you. I know I've had things where I've watched or listened that someone's passed me and it sure shifted me around. Thanks, guys, for listening. Love each and every one of you. Stay that course. Namaste.